Hi everyone, Jack from Maths Forge here. So today we're going to be doing mixed numbers and improper fractions. Now, an improper fraction is a fraction where the numerator, the top number, is larger than the denominator, the bottom number. And a mixed number is a combination of whole numbers and fractions. And we'll see that soon. So let's do our first example. We have to simplify 8 over 4. Or 8 divided by 4. Well, we know that 8 divided by 4 is just 2. So it's very straightforward. Checking our answer, that's correct. Let's move on to a 2-star example. So here we are asked to simplify 14 over 10. Now, the method I like to do when simplifying this, and also just to note, if you have an improper fraction such as this one, 14 over 10, to simplify it is to put it into a mixed number. So this is not in its simplest form. So let's see how to actually convert this to a mixed number. Well, what I'd like to do is this. I like to separate my numerator into the denominator and whatever's left over. So that looks like this. 10 plus 4. So I've taken my 14 and I've broken it up into 10, which is what my denominator is, plus 4. And of course, this 10 plus 4 makes 14. And now my denominator, this 10, is dividing into the entire 14. So we can actually just go ahead and do this. It's dividing into this part, and it's dividing into this part. So then now 10 over 10 gives us 1. And we have a plus symbol. 4 over 10 can be simplified. Well, we can divide the 4 by 2, and we can divide the 10 by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. And so now we have 1 plus 2 over 5, which can be written as a mixed number, which is 1 and 2/5. You are allowed to do this. A mixed number, so this 1 and 2/5 is just a simpler way of writing 1 plus 2/5. And if we check our answer, there it is. Now, another way to do this, a quicker way, is to have 14 over 10, and then to go up in your 10 times table. So you have to think to yourself, how many times can 10 go into 14? Well, it's just once in this case. 10 goes into 14 once, and then you have a remainder of 4. And then that's what goes in the top part here, the numerator of the fraction. And the denominator holds the original denominator, which is 10. But then if you think about it, this 4 over 10 is not fully simplified. I can divide this 4 by 2, and I can divide this 10 by 2. And of course, this gives us 1 and 2/5. So this is a quicker way of doing it. However, you really do need to be good with your times tables and your division. Let's move on to 3 stars. So 3 stars, we're given a whole number, 12, and we're being asked to write this as an improper fraction. Well, any whole number, so this 12 is a whole number, can be written as itself over 1. Because if you think about it, 12 divided by 1 just gives us 12. And of course, 12 over 1 satisfies the definition of an improper fraction. The numerator is larger than the denominator. This is an improper fraction. So let's just check our answer. There we go. And this is a very important thing to understand. You'll be using this in maths later on as well. Let's do another 3-star example. So we have 2 and 2 over 3. 2 and 2/3. We need to write this as an improper fraction. So remember what I said before, you can actually write an improper fraction as 2 plus its fraction here. And we can actually write this whole number here, 2, as 2 over 1. And then we have plus 2/3. And now we have to find the common denominator to add these fractions together. Well, I know that to go from 1 to 3, I have to times by 3. And whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do to the numerator. And so this is going to give us 6 over 3 plus 2 over 3. And now that we have a common denominator, we can just add the numerators together, which gives us 8, over the common denominator, which is 3. And if we just check our answer, that's how it's done. Now, there is a quicker way to do this, and I'm going to do it to the right here. Let's say we have 2 2/3, which is the example here. The quicker way of doing this is to take your whole number as part of the mixed number, 2, multiply it to the 3, which gives us 6, add this 6 to the numerator part of the fraction. So it's going to be 2 times 3, which is 6. Take this 6 and add it to the numerator. So 2 plus 6 is 8 over the original denominator. A much, much quicker method. But I think it's very important to go through this first method as well so you can see what's happening mathematically. And there we have it for mixed numbers and improper fractions.